Hey folks, this is Nate coming at you on Saturday, July 12th. July 13th. Just going to take a quick spin with one of my newer hilts. This is the Saber Trio Evermorn from their June RTS sale. I got this with a Proffie Power Core. And so what I decided to do, backing up a little bit on the Saber Trio Facebook group that I'm moderator for, somebody asked the question of what was their favorite dark side Star Wars themed sound fonts. And I gave them sort of like my top 5, and a bunch of other people put their suggestions in there too. But then I started thinking, well, it'd be fun to just make a demo real quick of like my top 10. So these are my top 10 favorite Star Wars themed dark side sound fonts. Actually, it's not even Star Wars themed, but just my favorite Sith dark side inspired fonts, period, of the ones that I have in my library. And as always, when I do these like top 5, top 10 things of my favorites, I always encourage people in the comments, if you have your favorites, please list them, because it's always cool finding out about other sound fonts out there that I've never heard before. It's a cool way to find out some new ones. So I encourage people to list theirs in the comments below if you choose to. That would be great. So first one, the old tried and true. So this is Kyberphonic's Emperor. This is his version 1. I do like his version 2, where he splits it up into 2 different ones. It's a really nice sound font, but the V1 version, nothing beats it, man.
Now you will experience the full power of the dark side.
So sinister. Those clashes are really nice, explosive. They start out low and then they finish high. There's a blast. And that's my favorite end block. I like the other one, but the deeper explosive one I like a little better.
There is great disturbance in the Force. Once more, the Sith will rule the galaxy. The one true Emperor.
And this is Eternal Emperor from KSith, and this is from The Rise of Skywalker.
The Jedi are dead!
It's a great ignition sound. And listen to that background on the hum. It's so creepy. I love it. And then he's got that sort of a wispy sounding scream on the lock. It's just, it's too good. And this third one up is Supreme Leaguer 7 from KSith. This is the only Snoke sound font that that I've ever heard or that I've ever seen. Now Snoke, as we know, never really had a lightsaber, so this is sort of like a what if type thing, but man, this sound font's great.
You must die.
Got that Sith hum underneath.
Well done, my good and faithful apprentice. Such spunk. When I found you, I saw what old masters live to see. Raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special. For you, all is lost.
Now those, the pre-on and post-off were two that were originally part of the quote tracks, and I just liked those particular quotes, so I stuck one on as a pre-on and the other as a post-off. But if you buy the sound font, they're not there by default. You just have to add them.
Your destiny lies with me, Skywalker.
Now this one competes for me as my number one along with Emperor. This is the Dark Jedi by Syndicate, and this is actually what I renamed my YouTube channel after, partly because I love this sound font so much. Let me just play that ignition again. This ignition's so good.
Strong enough with the dark side.
It's got those little echoes on the swings. So yeah, that one and Emperor are like two up top.
Emperor.
So this version of Emperor is from JuanSith. So in my library, I call this Emperor JS for JuanSith, so I can tell that between this one and Kyberphonics. This is also really grim. I like how he has that click from the when he ejects them from his sleeve. So he's got some quote tracks he's laying over there on the lightning block, both from Revenge of the Sith and from Return of the Jedi, which I thought was pretty cool. And those swings, man, they just growl. They just love those swings on that one. So that was Eternal Emperor from KSith.
You claim a Jedi was here.
That was Emperor from JuanSith. So this one is Ghost from KSith, which is it's sort of a tragedy too. This sound font is so good for a character in the Star Wars story that was just so short-lived and so weak. So this is Ghost from the Inquisitor from Tales of the Jedi. Now, there are a lot of good Inquisitor-style sound fonts out there by a lot of the font makers. The reason I like this one is that you can still hear that Inquisitor track on the top layer of the hum, but the bottom layer of the hum has a lot of grit and bass to it. This is Ignition from Blueforce, and this is actually one of Blueforce's older sound fonts. These might be like close to 2.5 years old. But yes, really, really good Sith font. This is one of the first ones that we all started using that faulty ignition for. Reaper from BKSaberSounds. Again, now this one still has that same groovy hum, but there's a little bit more of a mid-level layer on top of that you can hear, because the grit doesn't overpower it. But I love the engineering on the hum on this one too. And the clashes are phenomenal. Of course, you can't forget Vader. So this first one, is the Father, A New Hope V2 from Kyberphonic.
You referred to will soon be back in our hands. This will be a day long remembered. It has seen the end of Kenobi and will soon see the end of the rebellion.
I put my own post-off on there from that Star Wars Reimagined clip. I really like that, so it stuck with me. So, and this is the second Vader on my top 10 list, which is Dark Rogue Leader 3 or Dark Rogue Leader V3 from BKSaberSounds. That ignition's awesome. So let me play it for you again.
Was a weak old man.
Battery power level.
So that's my top 10 for Sith Soundfonts. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you have some favorites of yours that you would like to share, please list them in the comments. I'd love to hear more suggestions from people as to what their favorites are. Now, of course, this is not even close to like all of the different Sith sound fonts that I'd like, but these are like my in terms of what I own, it's the cream of the crop. These are the ones I like to include on as many configs as I can. So, all right, y'all, thanks for watching, and I hope y'all have a great weekend.